You are now in the deep end of horror.
And I will see the life run out of you.
Good afternoon, my children of the popcorn. This is a little cross stitch that my daughter made me. And I just wanted to talk today about trailer compilations, which are something that I just adore. First one is 42nd Street Forever on Blu-ray from Synapse. It has 80 plus trailers over 3+ hours. One of the things I love about the Blu-ray format, besides obviously high definition, is that it gives room to breathe, so you can have a lot of special features, or in this particular case, you can have, instead of having 2 hours of trailers, you can have 3+ hours of trailers. Now, if you get 42nd Street Forever, the Blu-ray, there's no need to get Volume 1 or Volume 2 of 42nd Street Forever, because this encompasses both of those. Volume 3 on DVD, Exploitation Explosion. Volume 4, what do they call it? Oh, they just call it Volume 4, they don't even give it a name. And then Volume 5 is Alamo Drafthouse Cinema. Those are all pretty decent releases. This one's really good. You get your money's worth there. I don't know why they didn't release more Blu-rays of it. But these are just, if you happen to find them cheap, you should pick them up. But if you don't find them cheap, they're not so much, unless you're a diehard fanatic about these things. So skip those, but pick this one up. And I, of course, have plenty more. I picked up King Kong and Friends. It says rare trailers, movie clips, and behind-the-scene promos, which it wasn't kidding. They are fairly rare and don't appear on any of my other compilations. And I picked this up for a couple of bucks on Hamilton Books, and it's a really good one for DVD, but we haven't gotten to the ones. Then there's Grindhouse Trailer Classics from Intervision, which is specifically, it's 55 trailers of Grindhouse type stuff. Mostly horror, but also various other forms of exploitation. It's okay. It's a good one, but it's one, again, that with the coming of Blu-ray, it got outdated. So I wouldn't recommend it. I picked up classic horror movie trailers, which is better than this incredibly plain box would suggest, but still, it's just okay. This is one to definitely get from Severin, All the Colors of Giallo, if you are a fan of Giallo. If you could take or leave Giallo, then don't bother getting it. It's not for all horror fans. It's just specifically if you're a fan of Giallo. It's one. It's a great set. It's disc one is a Blu-ray of nothing but Giallo trailers. They're in all kinds of conditions, from high definition, clean and crisp, to ratty old, looks like somebody's 8mm home print. And then disc 2 is all about the German krimi, which were crime films that predated the Italian Giallo craze, and they're very interesting as well. And then they give you the strange sounds of the blood-stained films, which are soundtracks from Giallo. I don't do much with my soundtracks, but let's see. There's soundtracks from Nude Simore. Oh, these are all going to be in Italian, and I can't pronounce Italian very well. But there's 20 different tracks from various Giallo films, and this is excellent. If you have, I can't recommend that enough. If you like Giallo, this one is Roger Corman triple feature from Shout Factory. It's an older DVD set. Attack of the Crab Monsters, War of the Satellites, and Not of This Earth. And it's a 2-disc set. One disc is 2 of the films, and the second disc is 1 of the films, and then then it's over 25 trailers of specifically Roger Corman films, which is excellent. This is a double feature of Electric Boogaloo and Machete Maidens. It's from Umbrella, I believe, but yeah, it's from Umbrella in Australia. And don't get the American versions of these because it's just the films. But if you get this, Machete Maidens Unleashed and Electric Boogaloo, Machete Maidens has hours of Filipino trailers on it, and Electric Boogaloo has hours of Canon film trailers on it, in addition to two very, very entertaining documentaries. If you've seen Not Quite Hollywood, these are the people who also did Not Quite Hollywood. And that's an excellent recommendation. Trailers from Hell released DVDs, and it's a collection of the Trailers from Hell. I'm sure you've seen them at trailersfromhell.com. A collection of their trailers, and you can play them with or without commentary. And Volume 1 comes with the Vampire Bat, and Volume 2 comes with the original Little Shop of Horrors. But the reason they put those on there is because they didn't actually put many on there. They're 20 trailers. 20 trailers on Volume 2, and it's probably about the same for Volume 1. I would wait. Definitely don't get these right now because they're about to come out with a Blu-ray. And I imagine the Blu-ray will probably be just these two put together, minus Vampire Bat and Little Shop of Horrors. Intervision put out The Trail of Dracula, which is an interesting documentary. I don't know if I could wholeheartedly recommend it. It's just okay. But on there, they put a whole bunch of Dracula movie trailers. 94 minutes of Dracula movie trailers. But the thing is that it's not just the common ones. It's not just the Hammer films or the Universal films. It's all kinds of Dracula films from many different countries. And I really like that trailer compilation. Then Umbrella puts out, and clearly I had to buy these, puts out some great compilations. Drive-In Delirium, 60s and 70s Savagery. Drive-In Delirium, Maximum 80s Overdrive. Drive-In Delirium, The New Batch. And they just recently came out with Drive-In Delirium Dead by Dawn and Drive-In Delirium with a Vengeance. These are all very full discs of trailer compilations. I really enjoyed the first three that they did. However, Drive-In Delirium Dead by Dawn, it's my fault for not reading it. I read Drive-In Delirium Dead by Dawn. I see all these pictures up here and I think it's horror and exploitation. And they say 167 horror, but then they say and TNA trailers. And the thing is that there are an awful lot of TNA trailers on here for films that really don't look very interesting at all. So I would be alternately intrigued and then bored. Intrigued and then bored. And you don't want that with a trailer compilation. So I actually did not like Dead by Dawn. With a Vengeance is mostly action films. And yeah, action and sci-fi. And this one was a lot better. So I would just, in spite of the fact that I love horror trailers, I'd avoid Dead by Dawn. But before you get those, let's see. Alamo Drafthouse put out Trailer War, which is a compilation of a bunch of outrageous trailers, much like many of these. This one is pretty entertaining, but it isn't a must. It isn't a must-buy, as some of these are. The Leader, the ones. Oh, and then there's Exhumed Films, 20 Years of Terror, which is trailers for all the films that Exhumed Films have shown in their theater. And it's a wonderful time capsule, but they have not kept up with the times. This is a Blu-ray, but it only has 93 minutes of trailers on here. So you could have easily doubled the number of trailers that were on this, or had a second feature or anything. You could have filled it with anything. Instead, it's just 93 minutes. It's like they just kind of wanted to cash in. It is really only for the completists. These are the ones that you should get. Trailer Trauma is this Garage House Pictures released Trailer Trauma, and it's really good. And I guess they got a lot of feedback from people that what they really wanted to see were the horror trailers on Trailer Trauma. So the second one they came out with was Trailer Trauma 2 Drive-In Monsterama, which doesn't duplicate the ones from Trailer Trauma, but is all horror trailers, which is awesome. And it's 95 rare and hard-to-find trailers mastered in full HD, nearly 3.5 hours of movie madness. Which this is absolutely wonderful. And they also have audio commentary, optional audio commentary, like Trailers from Hell does. This is the one to get, the Holy Grail. It's sold out. I think it's sold out 3 times now. At one point, it was going for hundreds of dollars. It is simply amazing. I like to take I like to take one day off a year and just watch this one. And it's all 80s films, and it's arranged by year, and it lasts 439 minutes. So that's 7 hours and 19 minutes. So you have to set aside the whole day if you're going to watch the whole thing. And it comes on 2 Blu-rays. And there is a list of all the films broken down by year that they have trailers for. And it's just simply amazing. I cannot recommend this highly enough. It's my absolute favorite of the trailer compilations. And then they came out with Trailer Trauma Part 4, Television Trauma, which I thought was going to be about TV movies, but it was actually the opposite. It's trailers for movies where the trailer was shown on television. So instead of where you have 2 or 3 minute trailers, these are all 30-second to a minute spots. And this is an excellent compilation. It's just over 3 hours, and there's a special and they have Garage House Pictures trailers on here and audio commentary as well. This one's really a lot of fun, and this one's a great one to have on if you're having people over and you want something on in the background, because none of the trailers last longer than a minute. If you can get this at a decent price, then by all means get it, because it's going to go out of print again if it hasn't already. I probably paid $30 for it, but like I said, I've seen it go for several hundred, and then it came back into print again, and prices dropped to normal. But prices will go back out because I think they only printed a certain number of them, and this is absolutely the best trailer compilation out there. Close runner-up for the trailer compilations, and certainly the best one on DVD is Severin's Video Nasties: The Definitive Guide, and Video Nasties: The Definitive Guide Part 2, which are all about the Video Nasties, which was a UK phenomenon, where they had a whole bunch of films. It's on 3 discs for the first pack and 3 discs for the second pack. And there's 14 hours of trailers and more for all 72 titles on Thatcher's historic banned list. 13 hours of trailers and more for all 82 titles on Thatcher's second banned list. And there's a great documentary on each one of these. 1 disc is the documentary, and then the other 2 discs are trailers and commentary for each one of the banned films, and trailers and commentary for each one of the films that were on this under Section 3, which was the not quite banned or banned and then repealed. The Video Nasties, these are the really awful of awfuls. Absurd, Anthropophagus, The Beast, Cannibal, Holocaust, Driller Killer gives you an example of the type of film. And the Section 3 list is Bloodlust, Brutes and Savages, Dead Kids, Deep Red, Demented, Eaten Alive. it's a mixture of grindhouse films and real horror films that just happen to be gory at the time. But anyway, excellent documentary on each one of these, and you get all of those. You get enough trailers to last you for an entire day for each one. So if you're going to buy, the best one to get is the 80s Trailer Trauma Horror-a-thon. The next best ones are the Video Nasties. For some reason, I don't have up here. Mark Hartley, who's the director for Machete, Maidens Unleashed, and for Electric Boogaloo, he did Not Quite Hollywood. And if you pick up the Australian Blu-ray of Not Quite Hollywood, it has hours of Australian trailers on it. I am not seeing it up here for some reason, but I have a tendency to loan these things out to people and then not remember to get them back. But that's Trailer Compilations. Thank you, and have a good day. Click like, subscribe, or even comment below, because I want to hear what you think.
No fair.